Hello children. Today we will see the different contraceptive methods. I told you contraceptives are nothing but it is the voluntary prevention of pregnancy. It may be to give space between two children or to have just to plan out for having the children of pregnancy. Now let us see the important features of ideal contraceptives. So some of the features must be there for the contraceptives, like they must be users friendly and they must be easily available. One should not struggle much for getting the contraceptives, and they must be very effective. They must be effective for what we are using. Just one is using to avoid the pregnancy. For that it must be work. For that purpose only it must be work. And usually the contraceptives are used to space out or to have the children whenever the parents want. That is why they must be reversible. So the contraceptives must be reversible and they should not have the side effect. If side effects are there, then they must be very less side effect must be there. So, and it should not interfere with the sexual desire of the couple. So these are the important features of the ideal contraceptives. It will be asked for 2 marks in the theory exam. So what are the important features of the ideal contraceptives? They must be users friendly and they must be easily available, and they should not have a side effect. If they have, it must be very least, and they must be effective and they must be reversible, and they should not interfere with the sexual desire of the couples. Now, what are the different methods of the contraceptives? There are 5 important methods in the contraceptives. The first one is the natural method, second one is the barrier method, and third intrauterine devices, which are also called as IUDs, and chemical methods, surgical methods. So these are the 5 types of contraceptives which are usually in use in our country, throughout the world you can say. Now let me go first to the natural method of contraception. Let me go to the natural method of contraception. So in the natural method, naturally the pregnancy is prevented, and it is classified. I mean, here we have got 3 different subtypes we can say. The first one is the traditional, or we can say physiological method. Physiological method. Physiological method. And second one is the, just let us discuss one by one. Now traditional or physiological method, here the female must have the idea, or she must plan out for this method of contraceptives. She must have knowledge about her menstrual cycle, and usually the coitus is avoided during the fertile period, like from 10 to 17 days. The coitus must be avoided. Coitus must be avoided. It must be avoided from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle. 17th day of menstrual cycle. So here what will happen? During the menstrual cycle, first 5 days are the menstruation periods. They are left, and ovulation. The ovulation period, the ovulation day is the 14th day. 2 days here and 2 days there we have to leave. Otherwise, we have to plan out for 10th to 17th day, which are considered as a fertile period in the female. So usually, if the cycle is perfect of 28 days, then from the 14 to 17 days or 16th day the coitus can be avoided, because during that time the ova will be in the fallopian tube. Ova will be in the upper part of the fallopian tube, and it is available for the fertilization. So that period one must avoid to prevent the pregnancy. The other periods are called as safe periods. Other periods are called safe periods, and this period is called as unsafe period. This is also called as calendar method of contraceptives. So this is the one method. Now second, one must avoid the deposition of the sperms in the female reproductive tract. One must avoid the deposition of the sperms in the female reproductive tract. So let me write the second one. So second is avoid deposition of sperms or semen, you can say. Let me write semen in the female reproductive system. In the female reproductive system. So here the deposition of the semen in the female reproductive system must be avoided so that the fertilization is prevented. So this method is also called as coitus interruption. So this is the second method, or you can say abstaining from the deposition of the semen. Now third method is lactational amenorrhea. Lactation amenorrhea. So here during intense lactation after parturition. So during intense lactation, the progesterone level will be high and the lactation period is there under the influence of the hormones. So during this period when the mother is feeding the baby, so during that the ovulation is suppressed. So as the ovulation is suppressed, there is no fertilization. So this is also considered as natural method of contraception. That is lactational amenorrhea. During intense lactation, ovulation is suppressed. Ovulation is suppressed. When ovulation itself is suppressed, there is no ova for the fertilization. Hence, one can prevent the fertilization and pregnancy. So this will work only up to 6 months. It will work up to 6 months. So when once the menstrual cycle will begin, then this method is not effective. So that is about the lactational amenorrhea. Now next is the barrier method. So next is the barrier method. So barrier, the name itself indicates. These are the procedures which will prevent the meeting of the sperm with the ova. So that is called the barrier methods. So barrier methods are available in both male as well as in the females. So condoms, cervical caps, or they are also called as vaults, or they are also called as diaphragm. So these are made up of rubber or latex. These are the physical devices which can be used by the males or the females. So these condoms are very popular because they also help in preventing the STDs. So they are very useful in preventing STDs also. And they can be used self. The couples can use by themselves and they are disposable. So that is about the barrier method. So these are diaphragms or cervical caps are used in females. So that is about the barrier method. In the condoms, Nirodh is very popular. Now let me go to the third method. So let me just repeat these things. So different methods of contraceptives are natural method, barrier method, intrauterine devices, chemical method, and the surgical methods. So these are the 5 methods by which the contraceptives are classified, and the first method we were discussing, that is the natural method. In the natural method there are 3 methods by which we can prevent the fertilization and pregnancy. So the first method is traditional or physiological method. This method is for following this method, one must have the knowledge about their own menstrual cycle. If it is a perfect 28 days menstrual cycle, then 14th day is a very fertile period, and 14th days plus 2 and plus 2 back and front. If we take, it will be from nearly 10 to 17th day, which are considered as the fertile period, during which ova is available in the upper part of the fallopian tube for the fertilization. So this period, which are called unsafe period. So here we will say safe and unsafe period. So this period is called unsafe period. So this unsafe period where there is a risk of having pregnancy must be avoided. So other periods are considered as safe period, like from the 7th to 10th day and from 17th to 28th day are considered as the safe period. So this is also called as calendar method. Now the second method is the one must avoid the deposition of the semen in the vagina. So this method is also called as withdrawal method. So here when the deposition of the semen only is avoided, then there is no question of fertilization. And then lactation amenorrhea. Lactation amenorrhea, during intense lactation in the mother after parturition. When the mother is feeding the baby, usually the guidance will be given for the mother to feed the baby. During that time, the ovulation is suppressed. There is no menstrual cycle in the females. So those periods are safe. So it will run up to 6 months. So it is not a 100% guaranteed one. Usually it is said that sometimes maybe before 6 months also the menstrual cycle may commence, but usually up to 6 months during intense lactation there is no menstrual cycle, no ovulation. So this is also considered as a natural method of contraception. So these 3 are the natural method of contraception. Now next is the barrier method. So barrier, as the name itself says, it forms a barrier. It forms a barrier between the sperms and the ova. So here we will see physical devices like condoms, which are used in the males, and I told you that Nirod is a popular condom which is used, and they can be used by the self, and they are disposable, and some of the condoms are reusable later. Latest report says that, latest invention says that some of the condoms are reusable, but usually dispose is best method. So condoms and cervical caps and diaphragms, these are used in the females, which will avoid the meeting of sperm with the ova. So here these barrier methods also help in preventing STDs. So that is about the barrier method. Now we have to go to the IUDs. Now let us see the IUDs. IUD, it will stand for intrauterine devices. It is a third method which we are discussing. Intrauterine devices. As the name itself says, uterine, intrauterine. That is, these are the devices which are introduced into the uterus of the female by expertise like physician or the nurses. So these are inserted. These are specially for the females, used by females. These are specially used by the females and are introduced into the female by physician. They are introduced into the uterus. Introduced into the uterus. Introduced into the uterus by physician or nurses. And here the uterine devices are classified into three types. There are three types of intrauterine devices. That is, the first one are the non-medicated IUDs. Non-medicated IUDs. So these non-medicated IUDs, they have got a spermicidal effect. They kills the sperms in the uterus itself. So they have got a spermicidal is killing. Spermicidal effect in the uterus. Spermicidal effect in the uterus. So the example is Lippes loop. So let me write example. Lippes loop is the example. Now the second one is the copper releasing IUDs. Copper releasing IUDs. So here the name itself says copper releasing IUDs. These IUDs will release the copper. So release the copper. They release the copper ions. They release the copper ions which suppresses. So which suppresses motility and fertilizing capacity of the sperms. Suppresses motility and fertilizing capacity. Fertilizing capacity of the sperms. Capacity of the sperms. So here what is the second type of IUD? Copper releasing IUD. The name itself suggests that these IUDs will release copper ions slowly when they are introduced into the uterus. And these copper ions will suppress the motility of the sperms and also fertilizing capacity of the sperm. Asked question in theory as well as in CET it is. So the examples here are copper T, copper 7 and multi-load 375 are the different IUD brands. Now third one is the hormone releasing IUD. Hormone releasing IUDs. So here the hormones are released which will suppress the ovulation. So hormones here mainly include the progesterone and estrogen combination. So these IUDs will release the progesterone and estrogen combination hormones and they will suppress the ovulation, or we can write prevent. Prevent ovulation and implantation. It will prevent the ovulation and implantation. Examples here we can give LNG 20 and Progestocert are the examples of hormone releasing IUDs. So these are the different methods of IUDs which I wrote. What do you mean by IUDs? Intrauterine devices. Here there are three types of IUDs: non-medicated IUDs, copper releasing IUDs and hormone releasing IUDs. Non-medicated IUDs, here it will function as spermicides. That is, it will kill the sperms. The uterus will become hostile to the sperms. The example what we give here is the Lippes loop, and copper releasing IUDs release the copper ions which suppresses the fertility and motility of the sperm. And here we gave the three examples: copper T, copper 7 and multi-load 375. Hormone releasing IUDs Here the hormones will prevent the ovulation and implantation. Here we gave the example of LNG20 and progesterone. Now the third method is fourth method is the chemical method. Fourth method is the chemical method. So in the chemical methods we have, chemicals are used to prevent the fertilization. So first one is the spermicidal jellies. Spermicidal jellies. So here the spermicidal chemicals are used like lactic acid, citric acid, potassium permanganate are used. So they will kill the sperms. So spermicidal jellies will kill the sperms. Side refers to the killing. So destroys sperms. Destroys sperms in the uterus. And second one is the pills. Contraceptive pills, or you can say oral pills. Oral pills which are used by the females. And here the combination of progesterone and estrogens are used. So oral pills, in the pill it is a pill where the progesterone and estrogen combinations are used, and it will prevent the fertilization, implantation. Fine. So here let me give the example. Now we were discussing about the oral pills. I told you that oral pills are the combination of progesterone and estrogen. So they prevent the conception by preventing ovulation and implantation. Ovulation and implantation. And here it will make the mucus thick. It thickens the mucus. Thickens mucus. So that the sperm can't move up to the fallopian tube. Thus it will prevent the fertilization. So here how the oral pills will help. They will suppress the ovulation as progesterone level is high, and they prevent implantation by thinning the endometrium. The endometrium which is formed is not so thick, and thus it prevents the implantation, and it thickens the mucus of the uterus, which makes the sperms very difficult to swim towards the fallopian tube. Thus it prevents the fertilization. So here two pills are very popular. Mala D, which is a 21 days course. It is a 21 days course. Each day the females have to take one pill, and it will begin from the 7th day of the menstrual cycle, when the menstruation will stop. So afterwards, again after the menstrual period, from the 7th day the tablets will be taken by the female, and it is a effective method. And the second very popular pill is the Saheli. Saheli, it is produced by CDRI. CDRI, that is Central Drug Institute. Central Drug Research Institute. Of Lucknow. So Saheli, it is a very popular pill which is developed by CDRI of Lucknow, that is Central Drug Research Institute of Lucknow. It is taken once in a week. Once a week. It is taken once a week. So this is a non-steroidal pill. It is a non-steroidal pill. Non-steroidal pill. So usually it is told that the steroids have got the side effects, as it is not having any steroid, so it is not having any side effect. So it is the second method. And the third method is the implants. Implants, these are the metallic strips which are of matchstick size. So these are the metallic strips. Metallic strips loaded with hormones. So implants are the metallic strips which are loaded with hormones and they are introduced subcutaneously in the female, that is under the skin. It is surgically introduced in the female. So these implants slowly they will release the hormones in the body, and they are also having the combination of progesterone and estrogen. Thus this also will prevent the fertilization, that is ovulation and implantation. The example for the implants is the implanoni. So these are the different chemical methods which are used as contraceptive. What are the different chemical methods? Spermicidal jellies which will kill the sperms, and second one is the oral pills where we have got a combination of progesterone and estrogen pill like Maladi and Saheli are very popular, and implants are the metallic strips which are introduced subcutaneously in the female. These all, how do they function? They avoid the ovulation. Hope I wrote somewhere. Let me write. Okay. Prevent ovulation. Implantation. They prevent implantation and thickens the mucus. Of uterus. So that is how the conception by the female is prevented by the chemical method. Now we have to go to the next surgical methods. So till now, natural method is a natural method where the conception is prevented by natural means. And the second one we have read different one, they form the temporary methods. They are the temporary methods specially used for spacing between the children. And this surgical method, it is a permanent method. Where surgical procedure is done in the individuals. In the surgical methods, there are two types, that is vasectomy and tubectomy. So vasectomy and tubectomy are the two surgical procedures which are performed under surgical methods. So in the vasectomy, it is performed in male, and tubectomy it is performed in female. So let us see now. Now let us know about the surgical methods of contraceptives. I told you that surgical methods are the permanent methods which are performed in individuals, and there are two types in surgical methods, that is vasectomy and the tubectomy. Vasectomy, it is performed in the males. So it is a male sterilization technique. So these are called as sterilization techniques. So here in the male it is called vasectomy because the vasa difference of the male reproductive system. So here I drew a very simple male reproductive system with which you are already familiar. Let me not write the name. So here what is done? The fallopian tube is cut and it is tied back. So that the sperms which are produced in the testes should not reach the ampulla or ejaculatory duct during the coitus. They remain here at the back where the cut is made, and they will get degenerated there itself. So they will not enter into the female reproductive system during coitus, and thus the fertilization is avoided. So that is the vasectomy. You have to know it for 3 marks. What do you mean by vasectomy? It is a male sterilization technique where vasa deferens is cut and tied back to prevent the entry of semen during ejaculation. So that is enough. So vasa deferens is cut and tied back. So that is about the vasectomy. And tubectomy, it is a female sterilization technique. It is a female sterilization technique where the fallopian tube is cut. So here fallopian tube is cut and it is tied back. It is tied back, or you can say ligated. So fallopian tube or oviduct, you can say fallopian tube. So what is tubectomy? It is a female sterilization technique which is done in female. So here surgically through the abdominal wall the fallopian tube is cut and tied back. The ova which is released from the ovary will not enter into the fallopian tube and it is not available for the fertilization. It will get degenerated here itself in the fallopian tube. Thus the conception is prevented. That is the female sterilization technique. Now one more method is there which is called MTP. So MTP, we have to know this method also. MTP, it stands for medical termination of pregnancy. Medical termination of pregnancy, or you can say voluntarily the pregnancy is terminated under the supervision of physician. So that is about the medical termination of pregnancy. So in India it is legalized in 1971. In 1971 this process is legalized under certain circumstances. Legalized. So here the MTPs are done under some cases, like when the grave injury occurs to the mother or the fetus. Under grave injury, when grave injury, a serious injury, a very serious injury which is if the pregnancy is continued, it may be risk to the mother or to the fetus. Grave injury to fetus or the mother. Fetus or mother. So during that time the MTP is done, and if the pregnancy is due to the failure of the contraceptives, then also the termination can be done if the pregnancy is due to rape. So under these conditions the medical termination of pregnancy is done. So the MTP is done usually during the first trimester. It is safe. MTP is safe under first trimester. Before first trimester. Initial 3 months. It is safe. So it is also considered as one of the method of the contraception because it also help in reducing the population. This also help in preventing the pregnancy. It is a 3-mark question. What is MTP? MTP stands for medical termination of pregnancy, and it is usually done with the physician, with the help of the physician. Under his guidance it is done. And under what circumstances it is done? Under the failure of contraceptives, when it is through the pregnancy is due to the rape, or when the grave injury occurs to the fetus or the mother, or sometimes if the couple will be having 2 to 3 females continuously, then also the MTPs are permissible. But here these MTPs are misused by many of the couples for the female feticides. Now you know that to identify the genetic disorders in the growing baby, prenatal diagnostic techniques are there to identify the genetic disorders, or you can say the disorders which are inherited to the children. So such disorders can be identified by prenatal diagnostic test. So during that, the sex of the baby is also identified, and that led to the female feticide, which we will discuss in coming period. Next period we will discuss about the diagnostic techniques. So let us stop class.